Welcome back, Pirate Crew. It's your captain, Yeehaw Yadam, and for today's video, it's gonna be a little bit different format. We're gonna use this video as a video essay to the community to give you guys all the tools and resources to just get better at One Piece, right? So let's say you live in a town where the One Piece TCG community is not, it's not just there. You don't have constant tournaments. Maybe you got to drive too far. Maybe your work schedule doesn't allow you to practice, and the timing just doesn't feel just right, and you can't really get the practice that you need for these treasure cups, these online events, and these in-person regionals, and you feel a little bit overwhelmed. You don't feel confident, and you can't really get that practice in. Well, hopefully this video goes ahead and gives you guys those resources so you can go ahead and practice as much as you want to get better at this game. So the first resource that I want to go ahead and let you guys be aware of is that we have a One Piece trading card game community Discord server. Now, this Discord server was created based on the idea to have people constantly firing online duels. So if you've never been part of an online regional or played any game online like Digimon or anything like that, this would be a great place to test out your setup. The setup is very simple. You just need a webcam that points down at your cards and a computer that allows you to look at your opponent's screen. You'll be welcomed by this little welcome bot, and as long as you follow the instructions, you authenticate your account and what and so forth, you can go ahead and set up some games. You just go to, they have a section for OPTCG Sim, so if you want to play on the simulator, you can go ahead and find matches here, and you have even webcam duels. There's people that'll go here and say, meet me at, OP01 at Alabasta at whatever time of the day. This is a worldwide community, so you'll find games popping off at any single point in time. There's actually a couple games that are being played right now. So it's definitely a really cool spot to test out your online gameplay, as well as, have that taste of what playing a TCG is without it being completely digitalized like the OPTCG Sim. My next option after the website would have to be, and sorry for the bright transition, it's quite alarming, let your eyes adjust, is the OPTCG Sim. Now, this is a fan-based simulator that was created by, I think, Batsu Games. God bless this guy. This guy should be hired because the simulator is just so good, man. It's very clean, and I really got to say a big thank you to Batsu. And if you want to support him and anything that he does, I believe he has a PayPal down here that if you want to go ahead and be his Patreon, you can go ahead and give him some patronage over there. So he basically made this fan-made simulator application where he's put in all the cards from OP01, OP02, and although there are some bugs that exist in the simulator, it is a very clean way to get quick games, and you can just play as many games as you want, really, off on your schedule. And it depends on what device that you own. Whether you have a Windows, a Linux, a Mac, or an Android, you can go ahead and play. Now, an Android phone. iPhone is not being supported at this time, but it is what it is. Batsu, what the heck is this, man? But so definitely go ahead and check it out. Download it for your specific appliance. Once you go ahead and download it, it'll go ahead and take you to a Google Drive where he has the majority of all of these zipped files. You'll then have to unzip it, extract it, place it onto your desktop, into your files, and then you can go ahead and play it. So although you have all these extra files, the Unity system, the patch notes, and whatever, what you want is the optcgsim.exe, right? Once you go ahead and download everything, which will only take a couple minutes, I think for myself it was like 5 minutes, you'll go ahead and have access to the OPTCG Sim, which looks a little like this. Now, it comes with a bunch of decks already, previously built in. You have the structure decks, you have a standard Zoro mid-range that he went ahead and placed, and so on and so forth. So you can play with these, or if you wanted to go ahead and make your own, you can go ahead and delete the highlighted deck profile and then make your own by clicking any of the buttons here, and it'll give you access to any of the colors in existence that we have right now from OP01 to OP02. We don't have OP03 cards as of this time. So you can go ahead, build your deck, call it whatever you want, save it, do whatever you want with it. Once you go do that, you can go back to the lobby. You can play solo versus self. You can pick 2 decks to play against each other, or you can play multiplayer. It'll have a list of of lobbies, but not all lobbies are OP01. Make sure that if you only want to practice for OP01, you go ahead and look at this section right here and click OP01 only, and the structure decks are allowed as well, right? If you don't want to play with the Shanks Film starter deck, remove it. If you don't want to play with the Navy starter deck or Big Mama, go ahead and remove them right over here. And once we go ahead and do that, we are left with just the OP01 meta, or the Treasure Cup meta. and then we can join lobbies. If the lobbies are full, just refresh. I'm going to go ahead and join one, and sometimes it doesn't let you join. You just keep refreshing. Take it easy. Maybe you can host one yourself if you're feeling comfortable with that. I just kind of refresh them, and then eventually I'll just get into one like I did right here. And I'm just using one of the pre-created decks. I have the Crocodile versus the Eustace Captain Kid. You can also, if you host your own lobby, make sure to write, I would love to play against Zoro, right? That's one of you get prizes, Zoro only. And hopefully people that are playing Zoro will join said lobby. I'm just going to keep this hand because I'm not going to go ahead and play the whole game. But I just wanted to show you how clean the system is. So he goes ahead and drops a Bonnie, I'll draw, and then I'll draw for Dawn. It does everything in the steps you're supposed to do, draw first and Dawn after. I'm going to go ahead and play a Perona. So let's say I wanted to play this Perona, I'll just click her. Click deploy right over here, and it's going to show me what the top of my deck looks like. If I want to bottom deck this, I can click start placing on the bottom. But if I want to place at the top, which let's say for whatever reason I do, I'll click start placing at top. And I'll put it Sobbles as the bottom, then Miss All Sunday, then I'll go Love, Mr. 3, and Officer Agents, and then I'll end my turn, right? Because I can't attack on my first turn. It'll pass over to my opponent's turn. He'll draw, gain 2 Dawn, and go on, so on and so forth from there, right? If he wants to play the Bonnie, play down an Okiku, he can't. So he's going to go ahead and choose to declare an attack. I'll show you guys how to declare an attack in a second. I have no blockers, so no blockers at this time. I can go ahead and combo from my hand, which I will choose to do to show you guys. I will pitch this Mr. 3, and I'll resolve this attack. So I was 6k to his 5. The attack fails. It even keeps a little track of what's going on here on the left side. My opponent still has 3 Dawn available to them. They're at 5 to 5, and we're just chilling. You also can customize, I think, your sleeves. I haven't chosen to do so yet. He activates Bonnie by pitching 1 Dawn, reveal, and draw Trafalgar Law, my mortal enemy, OPO 147. So this is the 5-drop law because it's from the OPO 1 set. Still has 2 Dawn available. We'll see what he wants to go ahead and do with those. I think he just passes, right? So we'll go ahead and draw Dawn. I'll have my Perona. I'll click on it. Once it's highlighted, I can attack with it, and I will declare my attack on Jewelry Bonnie. See if he combos out of it. He does a Paradise Waterfall, so I got big outplayed, right? Well, it is what it is. I will deploy this and target the Bonnie and go ahead and attack 5 at face. Probably should have attacked 5 at face before something to teach. He will take the 5, and I go ahead and end my turn. So as you can see, it's very, very smooth. It's very little clicks. If you've played on TTS before, I'm not going to go ahead and defend this. If you've played on TTS before, there's a lot more clicks. But on this simulator, it's very, I think it's just very, very clean. It's the games flow very, very quickly. And if you want, they even have little OPO1 lo-fi that you can play. It has little like noises for when cards are played. He plays Killer and a Beji. I'll draw Dawn. Let's see. Go ahead and attack. I don't want to attack with 5. I'll go teach at Bonnie. 4 at 1. He can either block this or let Bonnie go. Either is okay. He blocks it with the Beji. I'll go 5 at 1. He might block it with the Killer as well. Oh, he lets that one go. It's very bizarre set of gameplay. Go ahead and deploy my homie here and go ahead and put 1 Dawn under him to go ahead and make him active. So it makes this little red bar to show you that it has 1 Dawn and what it does with that, right? Because the more Dawn you put on your cards, it'll say times 2, times 3, times 4, and whatnot. It also keeps track of how many Dawn you have active. Currently, I have 6 Dawn on my board, and 0 of them are active. So very, very clean, and you can go ahead and do that over here. Keep track of how many cards your opponent's deck. It's very, very clean. Again, big thank you to my boy Batsu Games here for creating this simulator. It's been an absolute godsend. For those of you that have kooky schedules, you can go ahead and get some really solid OPTCG content or practice in. And definitely if you have friends that want to use the sim, you can obviously play games with them at any point in time, and it should be an absolute hoot. As always, guys, let me go ahead and finish this turn. I'm not going to block this. There's no way. No, it just hard drops a law. Respect. Play 1 Baroque's type character that costs 3 or less from your hand, huh? I certainly have many of those. So, yeah, it looks like my turn here is over, and I'm going to get bodied by this guy. I think he has 7 cards in hand. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful to go ahead and find some practice on OP on your, on your desktop, your phone, on whatever you want to go ahead and use it. There's also TTS, Tabletop Simulator, but since Tabletop Simulator isn't free, I didn't want to go ahead and denote it as one of the outlets to go ahead and practice the game. But if you want to go for the TTS, you already own it. It's available on Steam. You can go ahead and use it. They have a mod for One Piece TCG, and you can check that out as well. It's just a lot more technical, a lot more clicks, and there's probably other videos on YouTube for that if you want to go down that route. As always, guys, if you like the content, leave a like down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about, maybe you want to be like, hey, challenge me on OPTCG Sim, leave a comment down below. And if you're like enjoying the content that we're bringing out here and want to become part of the Pirate Crew, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.